I think the vocation of nursing has changed a bit, and it is, I think we're actually coming back round again. We had a meeting a few months ago, and a lady was reflecting on her experience in hospital, and she'd had a hysterectomy, this lady, and she said, nobody touched me. I said, what do you mean? And she said, everything's technology. You've got a thermometer that you put in your ear, you've got a blood pressure machine that's automatic. Most of the time the patients are reasonably well now that they wash themselves. But in my day, it was about placing your hand on the arm. So I'm just going to take your temperature. You hold their hand to do their pulse. It's that sort of human touch that, because it's become so technology-based, that is also responsible, I think, for some of the, I was going to say lack of care, and that's not what I mean. It's about the lack of interaction, I think. And I actually think that's coming back round, and that's something as chief nurse I'm really working hard here at BSUH to get us back to the essentials of nursing. We're talking about comfort rounds again, and in my days as student nurse I was responsible for what was called the background, and you'd trundle out with your silver trolley down your Nightingale ward with bedpans, all piled high, ready to dish out. It didn't matter whether you needed to go to the toilet or not. This was 12 o'clock, it was bedpan, I must go now, and the patients would all be aware of that. And that became very task focused. And there was a move away from that happening to it becoming patient orientated, so that we wouldn't go round with a trolley at all. We would be reacting to patients' needs. So for me, what that has set off is bells ringing at all times, because patients have no idea when you might be free. So the bells are ringing, they're asking at all different times for things to happen, and therefore you can't sort of get yourselves into a routine. And we've moved too far away from that, I think. And so what we're talking about, the trust now, is something that we used to do. It isn't a background, but we're going to call it a comfort round. And just before meal times, a group of people will go around the ward and say, do you need to go to the toilet? Lunch is coming. No, I'm fine. Would you like to wash your hands ready for your lunch? Here's your drink ready. Here's your table. So we're all ready for lunch. Or if somebody is in bed, that we change their position. Because we've come round full circle, I think, which I think is fantastic, because it insists that we have that interaction with our patients, and it isn't all about writing it down or technology, etc., etc. So I'm quite excited about where we are now.